So I think Rudy Gay right here might have won the green room tonight with his accessorizing. Rudy Gay out of UConn. And Rudy, there could be as many as 6 of yourselves, 5 of your teammates and yourself being selected in the first 2 rounds. What have you guys said to each other about this night being special?
We try to make history, basically. You know, everybody here, I think, is deserving. And, you know, we're just trying to come out here and have fun and play for some good teams and play good basketball.
With that many players, that much depth at UConn, sometimes there's a chance that skills can get overlooked. What is it about Rudy Gay that teams might not know?
That I'm more of a balanced player than a lot of people may have thought. You know, we have a lot of great players on our team, and sometimes that kind of hinders what you can do on the court.
How does UConn prepare you guys for the NBA, for the next level? There's a lot of you in the league.
The coaching, the style of sets we run, everything. You know, basically, you know, coach is a good. He's a good. That's what he does. You know, he makes people pros.
All right, talking about Jim Calhoun, the Hall of Famer. Rudy, thanks for joining us. Guys, he wrote in his middle school yearbook that he wanted to be in the NBA. He's merely hours away right now. Back to you.
With the 8th pick in the 2006 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select Rudy Gay from the University of Connecticut.
One of possibly 4 Connecticut players selected in the first round. One of possibly 6 Connecticut players selected in the first 2 rounds. As you heard our analyst, you can't argue with the talent level of Rudy Gay. But is he a go-to guy? Does he sometimes disappear? Was it the same knock that we heard on Charlie Villanueva? And we certainly know what he did in his rookie year in Toronto. First team all Big East, 6'8", 222 pounds, and
that's very exciting.
With Houston now, but that hat could change, Jay.
Well, that's a very good comparison, I think, to Charlie Villanueva, because I questioned Villanueva and how tough he would be, what his work ethic would be like. And Rudy Gay, I think, is an outstanding prospect. Incredibly athletic. He's 6'9", he's got really long arms, a wingspan of about 7'3", so he plays bigger than his size. He's got every skill, every tool, every piece of ability that you would want in a player. The question we've talked about, his assertiveness. I think he still tends to rely upon his jump shot a little bit too much. I think he's got to learn to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket more off of the dribble to become as explosive off the dribble as his athleticism says he should be. He's outstanding in transition. We're talking about, though, his assertiveness. Can he or will he take over? I think if you give him some time and you teach him, I think he'll be able to do that. He comes out of a great system that produces quality pros in UConn, and he knows how to work. You play for Jim Calhoun, you know how to roll up your sleeves and go to work. Rudy Gay will do that.
And also some questions about his ball handling skills. The assist-to-turnover ratio is obviously an issue with him, but now the possibility of him going to Memphis. Let's look at that scenario, Greg.
It's interesting. I think a lot of what Jay just talked about is part of the issue. I don't know that he's quite ready yet to become that first or second scoring option. That's why I thought he would have been a great fit in Houston, because you have a first and second option with Yao Ming and Trace McGrady. Plus, defensively, I think he can have a huge impact. The other thing is this. Connecticut's players, when they come to the pros, they all impact the game. They are all very well prepared to play at the professional level. I don't think he's any different.
That's exactly why this makes absolutely no sense to me if you're Houston. I don't know why you would let him go for Shane Battier. The fact is, they were 29th in the league in scoring and in field goal percentage shooting. This guy is an offensive-minded player who can give you something. And when you look at what Shane Battier is going to give you, I know he's solid. I'm not knocking him by any stretch of the imagination. But you need some points playing for Jeff Van Gundy. And this is a guy that can get it for you, can help you get some more. You make this move, I don't like it.
Well, what Battier can do is make open shots. As the second guy, second pass out of a double team, he can knock down perimeter shots, and he's going to upgrade your perimeter defense right away. Rudy Gay is probably a better prospect down the road, but I agree with Greg. You're going to have to wait a little while before he's assertive enough to be a star.
And remember, with Houston, they lack athletic ability. That's one of the big problems with that team. You need to surround Yao Ming with quality athletic players who can go and make hustle, effort, skill plays. Rudy Gay gives them that. I don't know that Shane Battier provides that.
As I mentioned at the outset, this is a big night for Connecticut basketball because you could have as many as 6 players from this team selected in the first 2 rounds. And one of those players is Hilton Armstrong, expected to be a first-round draft pick. His reaction when Rudy Gay was selected by the Houston Rockets, but destination could be Memphis. Let's go to Stuart Scott standing by with Rudy Gay.
Thanks a lot, Dan. Wearing a Houston Rocket hat, but maybe headed to Memphis. Rudy, what's your gut reaction when you first heard that you may be playing for the Grizzlies instead of the Rockets?
At this point, you know, I'll be ready to play for anybody who picks me. So, you know, whatever happens, I'll be ready.
A lot of people, our analysts, people in the media, nobody questions your talent. They question your motivation. They question your drive. Your coach, Jim Calhoun, even said it was tough to motivate you. He said, if you don't expect it from him, you won't get it. How much truth is there to that?
I don't think it's a lot of truth to that. I think I have the drive to be the best player, one of the best players I can be, you know, one of the best players in the league at some point. So, you know, I'm going to work my hardest to try to, you know, like I said, just be the best player I can be.
You worked out personally with Michael Jordan at what point? What did you show MJ that you think surprised him?
That surprised him? Just the fact that I have more in my game is, you know, just dunking and shooting threes. It's a mid-range game, and you know, I'm kind of tricky in kind of some of the things I do, and I'm more of a player than what he thinks.
All right, how many diamonds? 1, 2, 3. Dan, we don't have enough time to count these. I'll be in the hundreds by the time I throw this back to you.
And he's got an opportunity to buy a few more diamonds. Is he buying them in Houston or Memphis? Rudy Gay, the 8th overall pick. Let's go to Dick Vitale, your reaction to Rudy Gay's pick.
Well, I think Jerry West and Mike Fratello are geniuses. I think to get Rudy Gay now in that move, I can't understand it. I agree with Greg Anthony. Why would Houston, where they need an athlete, allow this kid to get away? I mean, he's got a world of potential. His biggest dilemma, as Jay said, is one word: focus, focus, focus. Played for a great coach in Jim Calhoun. Now he goes to Mike Fratello, who's a teacher and who's a motivator. I really believe he's going to excel in Memphis, and I say a salute to Mr. West. He is always one step ahead. The guy's a workaholic.
Thank you, Dick. And if you look at the Connecticut Huskies and some of the players that have been taken recently, Emeka Okafor, Ben Gordon, Ray Allen, Donyell Marshall, and now Rudy Gay, a talented list and more players to follow here in the first round.